We are here interviewing Coach Rick Squiers of the UNK volleyball team prior to the match against Central Oklahoma. Since we last spoke, the team has played several games. We also played a MidSeason Tournament. Does that mindset for the team and you change when you switch from regular season games to tournament style play?
You know, I don't think so. I mean, we try to approach every game in a very similar context and try to be at, considering where we are in the season, be at the best we can be at that particular time. And, if there's anything specifically that we're trying to emphasize, then we go into a match and we try to take a look at that. So I think, most teams are kind of creatures of routine, and so we try to keep a similar routine no matter whether it's a tournament or an individual match.
Okay, and then after we played in the tournament, we had our first and only losses on the season to this point against Wayne State and Truman. What were you able to take away from those two matches?
Well, I think, the matchup at Wayne, I'm not sure there was a whole lot of positive things we can take away from that. We kind of self-destructed. We just kind of came unraveled. So I guess, if anything, maybe you realize how quickly things can turn in the game of volleyball, especially on the road. The Truman game, I thought we played much better volleyball, start to finish, and we just weren't quite as opportunistic as we needed to be. We had 23-23 situations in two of the sets we lost, and we made unforced errors, and then I think we had a set point and we made a service error. So, really statistically, on the whole, we did a lot of things very well. We played great defense, dug almost 30 balls a set, but there were just some key times when we weren't able to make a play, and Truman did, and that's another valuable lesson in volleyball, that when an opportunity is in front of you, you got to be ready to take advantage of it.
Okay, Coach, and then since losing those two matches, the team has not lost a set. How has the team changed since the Truman State match?
Well, I think just like all teams, we continue to evolve and try to work on our weaknesses and play to our strengths. And most of the year we've been a good defensive team. We've had good ball control. We serve the ball pretty tough. I think offensively we're seeing Katie Sokolowski continue to emerge and become maybe a bit more of a go-to player for us. As the other thing is you see some of your younger players start to settle in. Somebody like MJ Massenet, who's much more comfortable on the court right now than maybe she was the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season. So, those types of things develop. Ashley Leitner is becoming more involved as we play matches. The more healthy she gets along the way, and her backup right now is Christina Silver, who's come in and done some nice things for us as a freshman. And the other thing is, it looks like Liz McGowan is going to play libero pretty consistently from here on out. We had her hitting on the outside while we weren't quite as healthy as we would like to have been on the in the other positions. So those types of things I think are what normally transpire throughout the course of a season, and we're trying to be in a good position to make a run at the end. And we've got 6 matches left and 2 this weekend, and as things wind down, you'd like to continue to control your own destiny, and so far we can say that.
Okay, and then feeding off of that, we do play Central Oklahoma tomorrow at home. How do you feel we match up against the Broncos?
Well, it's hard to say in some respects, because when we went down and played them at their place, the first set was pretty competitive, and their setter got hurt right toward the end of that, and they do not have a backup setter, and so they had to play 2 sets really with no setter, and so things came unraveled for them pretty quickly, and it wasn't the kind of match we expected it to be. They have two really good outside hitters. They're long in the middle. They're a team that has made as much progress as anybody in the MIAA. I mean, new coach, new system, and I think their players are finally starting to take hold of it. So, you know, they've got some people who can hit the ball. They block pretty well in the middle. You know, I think maybe the advantage goes to us in the serve and pass game. So we have to make it a game of serving and passing and defense. And if we do that at home, then hopefully we'll have a good chance to win.
Okay, and then on Saturday we play Pitt State at 4. What are you looking to as our strengths in that matchup?
Well, Pitt State is a unique style of play in that they try to run a really fast offense. And not only that, they run a two-setter system, and they set the ball to the right side. You know, they back set the ball more than probably anybody else will play all year. So it's a lot of really quick balls going behind the setter to two right side hitters. If you let them pass and run the things they want to run, they're really hard to defend. If we can serve tough enough without missing too many to get them out of system and make them do some of the things they don't like to do quite as often, then we feel pretty good about things. But there definitely will be a contrast in styles of play between Central Oklahoma and Pitt State. And that's one of the neat things about volleyball and athletics, and you know, a weekend tilt like this is you're going to see two completely different styles of play, and you have to be able to function against both types of teams.
Okay, thanks, Coach, and this concludes the interview.
All right, thank you.